It's been 3 years since I've done an oil change on my Viper with very minimal driving and 1 track day. So I'm wondering, how dirty is this oil going to be? Most likely the oil is going to be clean because I haven't driven it much in 3 years, but regardless, it still has to be done. And here's the money shot, the 8.4 liter V10. And let me tell you, every single time until this day that I open up this hood, I'm still always like, wow. So beautiful. Not just the engine, but the hood, the wing, the car, just everything about the Viper. All of this was just to remove the oil cap because all of the fun stuff is underneath. The good thing about the Viper is that it's low, but it's not annoyingly low, so I just have to put it on top of these planks, and then these arms fit under here. Not like the Shelby where I have to like jack it and do all those extra steps. So this just needs that, and these arms fit here perfectly fine. By the way, this floor mat is super convenient. I use it all the time now. I know for years, a lot of you have been telling me, use knee pads because you're gonna ruin your knees. And I just thought about that and I'm like, you know what, that seems a little bit too uncomfortable. Then I found this, and this has been a lifesaver because you can configure it to be a little bit taller, a little bit shorter. You can even make it like longer if you want to. So I really, really love this. The Viper's secure, all 4 arms are underneath, so now I'm gonna raise it. Don't freak out about the hood, it will clear it. I made sure I would never do that to my Viper. See, what did I tell you? All good. It has plenty of clearance. For a second there though, I thought that chain was going to touch the engine, but it didn't. I haven't been underneath my Viper in so long. The engineering behind it just still amazes me. It's so flat down here, except for like some areas. Let me show you. So the airflow starts here. It cools down this oil pan. The airflow continues. It gets broken by this little small lip here. It cools down the transmission. The rest of it continues to this rear section. It gets broken once again. Some of that air cools the diff, and then the rest of it keeps going. And then the rest of that air is cleaned up by these long fins, which are one of my favorite parts about this Viper because I mean, look at them. So now let's get this oil change started. It's super simple, so super easy because there's nothing in the way. The oil drain plug is right up here, and then the oil filter is here. So I love, you know, I was about to say I love doing an oil change on this Viper. I've only done it once, but you know, I wouldn't mind doing oil changes on Viper because it's just so easy to get to everything. Let's see how tight this drain plug is on here. I haven't done this in a while. Hey, I broke it. So I guess it's not that tight. But I haven't done this in a while, but I do remember that the oil kind of comes out with some pressure. It'll kind of shoot at you, so I need to be ready for that. Okay, hopefully I aimed this correctly and it shoots out in here. Let's see how clean this oil is. It's almost out. It seems fine, you know, so it's not bad. Remember when I said that everything is easy to access on here? I mean, it still is, but I just hate the fact that this oil filter is vertical, because then when I start unscrewing it, then all the oil just comes down and it has nowhere else to go but down. So it just makes it extra slippery. My finger. Ah, okay. So it just makes it extra slippery, as like supposed to, if it was like slanted or horizontal, it would make it easier. Fuck, that hurt. Who put this tight filter on here? That would be me. Maybe it's loose enough now. Yep. There we go. I missed a little, but you know, other than that, it's fine. Any fluid that I change on any of my cars, I always cause a little bit of a mess. This one is smaller than all the other ones, but I guess that's just like a signature thing that I do. 12 quarts of oil for the Viper, which cost me 160 bucks. They didn't have the Mopar oil filter, so I just got Mobile One. All right, so now that it's nice and lubed, let's get it back on there and pour all of this oil in the Viper again. I often get asked, why are your gloves so clean? It's like you don't do the work. It's simple. I like to stay clean, so I'm often changing my gloves. I also try to stay as clean as possible with my clothes so I don't rub myself. And again, I just use multiple gloves in each video. I don't care about using so many gloves as long as I stay as clean as I can be. Another thing I often get asked in almost every single Viper video is, when are you taking your Viper to Calvo? And honestly, never. This car is too precious, it's too perfect. I just like it the way it is. Plus, I don't even drive this car how it is now, so why would I do all of that? I might as well sell it, but I'm not gonna sell this car. We're all done here. Oil filter is replaced. The oil plug is on snug, so that's it. Goodbye underside. I'll see you in another 3 years. So why do I have a Viper and I don't drive it? Well, first, the reason why I got a Viper is because this has been a dream car of mine for such a long time. So that would make me want to drive it, right? Well, no, there's a little more to that. You know, by the way, I just noticed that these don't really have that seal that come with them. I also have nowhere to go really. If I'm not here at the shop, then I'm at my house. Other than that, I usually just go get groceries or go to a vet appointment. And where am I gonna fit those here? I mean, I could fit my dog here. I have 4, so I could only fit 1. But then again, that really wouldn't be comfortable for them. I mean, I'm not even comfortable in this car, to be honest, so I can't even imagine how it would be for a dog. And then there's time. I really don't have much of it. I spend the bulk of my time making YouTube videos with all of these projects that I have going on. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm just working on my Amazon stores. If I'm not doing that, I'm doing other woman-driven stuff. So again, I just don't really have time. By the way, these reasons are not exclusive just to my Viper. They apply to all of my cars. So, and again, it brings up my previous point. If I do make the time, where am I going to go? Okay, so I'm 9 quarts in and I just want to turn on the car just to let it warm up and then I'll check again. But let's hear the world's quietest warm start. Ready? So that's it. We just need to close the hood. Oil change is done. Hopefully I can find some time to drive it once the weather gets a little bit better here in Arizona. And when it's cold, I'm also thinking that I might go back to the track, not with the Viper because this car is too clean and parts are really hard to come by in case anything were to happen to that car. I could never live with myself, but with these 2 cars, I definitely want to go because, you know, it's time. All right, bye.